I have
I s-
mentioned that. So, would you say?
and I did see you up early. I just couldn't join the session. I had to look after the little miss this morning, but I
That's
was watching your trade,
that's
and
all
I
good.
think it was a monster of a trade. So
That's
it
all
was
good.
good. I
Okay.
benefited from just watching in the background.
There you go. There you go. So let's analyze that trade and see what it is, okay, and see how you get in, how it works, how I got in. All right. I need it to stick out like a sore thumb for you. All right. So I'm going to once again pull up our blueprint of what the playbook is in the morning. I'm so dedicated to being able to see out my strategy, all right, because my strategy requires me to be available in key sessions, kill zones, yeah, and that one of those sessions is 7 a.m. That I normally am in the gym around this time, but I've got to be in front of my charts by 6:45, 6. So I made a sacrifice at the moment. Haven't been able to fix this yet. The fix is going to be I'm gonna have to be at the gym at 5 in the morning, all right. But ultimately, because I want to be here in this high volatility time, okay, that's where I want to be. So for that reason, you know, I'm on my charts in like 6:30 analyzing some stuff. And let's have a look at this Euro USD. First and foremost, we understand how the markets. What we want. We want to take a trade within this yellow block here, which is London session. All right. 1 second, guys. All right. Within this yellow area. Okay. And what we saw is, if you look here, have a look. I'm going to turn this into my line chart, and I'm going to hide some lines. Let's get rid of this. Let's move this. Okay. I can see a manipulation M right at the top of that London session. Can you see it? If you can see it, you can. I'm going to give you the permission to go down into the tools in the Zoom, and I want you to mark our manipulation M right at the top of the start of the London session. I want you to mark it. Please just go on your screen, go on your tools. You see a little pencil somewhere on your Zoom tools, and you could just mark it with a little line, and it should
It
say your
says you
name.
can't open a whiteboard on this thing.
No, not whiteboard. It shouldn't be a whiteboard. It's just an annotate tool. It's just the annotate tool. Somebody did a big, massive circle. It's too big.
It's too big. Say that's too much. How'd you get rid of it?
So somebody, so I'll get rid of it. Somebody circled the whole like. Let's get rid of that one. Fantastic. I can see Darren seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. I can see that Darren is seeing what's going on. I can see that everybody's seeing what's going on. It's fantastic. Somebody's making dots all over my screen, which is interesting. No willies, please, or pictures or anything that you don't want us to see. Yeah. But yeah, look, good. I'm happy that you guys can all see that little level in there. All right. I'm very, very happy about that, because ultimately that is the big breaker structure M at the top of our screen. Okay. And as we actually know, 1 second. As we know, that's what we're looking for. That is actually what we're looking for. Someone's gone mad and done all little specks all over my screen. Someone's like sneezed on the screen. Yeah. But anyway, as we can see, yeah, up here. So congratulations. Yes, there is our big manipulation. Let me get rid of that. Stop doing that. How do I do that? Stop doing that. All right. Our big manipulation breaker structure M is right there. All right. And that also happens to be right on a level whereby liquidity has been taken. Okay. Liquidity has been taken right on that level. Okay. Can you see this red line? This red line is our liquidity line. Have a look. See the wick here? at the top of a previous London session. Can you see this? Tell me yes that you can see it, so I know that everyone's still activated. Please tell me you can see it. Tell me you can see this area, because this, remember, we have a tool that we're using which is called ICT kill zones. All right, you go into your indicators, you say ICT kill zones. That's going to give you the different sessions. Yeah, it's not a indicator per se. I don't really use any indicators, not or, at all, to be fair. Okay, maybe sometimes I have a look at an EMA, sometimes I might have a little browse or something, but I don't use any indicators per se. This is a session high. This blue section is telling me this is New York session from Wednesday the 28th. That's what it's telling me. So therefore, above this session high is liquidity. Before the session starts this morning, look, this is this morning. I said I'm on my charts at 6:30. I'm looking to see where these highs are, and I'm marking them. Have a look. I'm marking them, this long red line over here. I'm marking the ones below, the lows of the sessions. I'm marking them because I want to know when that market takes liquidity. Yeah, this line here, I made it even a bright red because the bright red for me is really the target. It's like it's really focused my eyes on it, but my actual template just looks like this. Have a look. I'll go in here. I click this little guy here. See, it says liquidity, and over here, liquidity was sitting here. Soon as the session started, this is an easy trade. This is a piss easy trade. Yeah, and it ran for 1 to 20. As soon as this session started, okay, on a 1 minute time frame, the market came and took that liquidity fully. Nam, 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 nam. And when it took that liquidity, it made a manipulation M that not only I can see, you lot all told me you can see as well. Yeah? Nowhere else can we see that manipulation M after liquidity's been taken. Just here. If I was to draw it for you guys so you can see it, which you can see it, but I'm going to draw it anyway for the people at home. You see it? It's like a sore thumb. Why is it like a sore thumb? Because it's not only the fact that it's a manipulation, it's a time, it's the location, it's the blatant, obvious I'm a manipulation M. All right? Breaking structure, smash. After that happens, have a look. After we've done this, understood the larger market structure, which we know, whether it's premium versus discount, which we know, which is not that relevant, okay, but it is relevant, all right, for our overall moves. Identifying high probability trade time, which we did. I told you I never went to the gym. Finding areas of liquidity, which we did, which is that red line. And then we're looking for that liquidity to be taken. So I'm going to make some little jiggers, but we want to see that, liquidity to be taken. Looking out for manipulation patterns, probably this one should be 5. All right, we want to see that manipulation be taken, but we want to see that leg out. What do I mean the leg out? I mean this leg here, this push out. We want to see a nice push, a nice little push that when it breaks that middle part of our manipulation M, we want to see imbalance. That was my entry, and I was aggressive with it, meaning that is my entry and my stop was literally just here. So therefore, this little bad boy here is where I entered this trade. Even if you place your stop here, cool, still a fantastic trade. I was more aggressive with it. I just covered that little area because to me this was a piss easy trade. It was begging me to take it. Yeah. If anything, the only thing I didn't do because I wasn't, is I didn't really go in with the size that I should have gone in with. I should have gone in with a bigger size. Because it was the trade of the day, I stayed a little bit conservative, but it's cool. It's good for my ego. I don't have a problem with taking that trade. Have a look at that trade. Boom. Brrr. And then where is that trade going? Somebody tell me where the trade goes to when we take a trade and it's captured liquidity from one end. What are we expecting it to do?
Take the other side of liquidity.
That's right. And it came and it smashed through this Asian session low here, where it says liquidity taken. And at that point, I moved my stop very tight in it because I was like, okay, it's taking liquidity. But I'm actually looking for it to break structure again to some capacity. But it just kept going down. And it went for the other area of liquidity, which is, even though it's not a session low or high, I put a little line underneath all of this consolidation fluff over here, and where the market went boom with strength and speed, And I also identified a previous battlefield, which was a previous New York high that couldn't be broken before. Look, can't be broken. Ouch. Banged his head over here. Look, let me show you. Banged its head over here. Can't be broken. Ouch. Banged his head over here. Ouch. Can't be broken. And happened to be the New York high of the evening session. And then it finally broke through it. So therefore, this is a previous battlefield. I marked out both of them, both this liquidity below all of this froth sideways dots that we can see here, and with that previous battlefield. And the market came, took that liquidity as well, and got to our previous battlefield and said, you know what, JS, enough. Yeah, and I got out that trade probably over here somewhere, got stopped out. Okay. Yeah, but that overall trade run for 1 to 19. If you want to say where maybe I got stopped out around about here, what does that say? 1 to 18. 1 to like a very, very nice looking trade. Yeah, like I said, I could have got in there with more size, but it is what it is. All right. Easy trade. Easy trade. Baby food. Yeah. Now, let's go back to understanding that we want to understand market structure and where we are in the markets. The issue is, even though I sold that trade for 1 to 18 because of liquidity, I am concerned by the fact that this market's been doing what? I'm asking, what am I concerned about? Even though I sold, I took a sell for a 1 to 19 this morning. What?
Making higher highs and higher lows.
Exactly. I'm concerned that this market is actually bullish. And it may decide that it wants to keep being bullish. So therefore, right now, where are we? Are we in this? I'm talking about in this impulse. Are we in a premium or are we in a discount?
Discount.
Exactly. That's my concern. So even though I sold because it grabbed the liquidity from above and I took advantage as a day trade of that move, grabbing a 1 to 19 trade, tremendous. When we got down here, I have to understand that I'm in a discount and that this market may want to fly up in here. Now, full transparency, even though I'm in a 1 to 19 trade, even after the 1 to 19 trade, I think that this market here, there's a potential for you to get an entry in this market if we see this price come back down into this kind of area here. Okay? There's potential for you to get into the trade like this. If you do get into the trade, I do not want you getting carried away because I said I took a 1 to 19 and over leveraging. I want you to stay within your risk. It is so, I'm telling you right now, there is nothing to stop you after you've stayed within your risk and been small of adding size. There's nothing to stop you from doing that. But you know what there is a problem is if straight away you add size and I'm wrong. And this market goes like that and just melts straight through here, like that, stops you out and you was in too big. Alright? Stay small. If you're only going to risk $100 or supposed to be risking $100, risk $100 or risk $50. So risk $50 or risk $100. At least make sure you stay well within that $100. Yeah, or less. Because if it just melts through, you're like, yeah, who cares? If you get carried away because Jay's been hyping to you saying wait to 10, you risk $300, $400, $500, or whatever it is as over percentage of whatever your account size is, and this just melts through here and stops you out. You're gonna feel like a mug. You didn't have to do that. Yeah? If you're gonna take a trade with a market where you're taking it when the market's coming into your area, you're not taking an indication, correction, and continuation, be small. Because you're hoping that the markets turn around. All right. This here, like I said to you here, I'm interested in this market getting down into these levels. It might come down all the way down into here, to be fair, quite deep, and turning around. So I definitely have my stop behind here. And there may be an opportunity, because the reason why I say that is because this market on a bigger picture, look what my dots are. Wherever I put my dots. Where did I put my dots? Let's have a look. has been making higher highs and higher lows, and higher highs, and at the moment this over here was a higher low. So what is to stop it from making a higher high? I don't know. I ain't got I don't have a crystal ball. Could make a higher high, even though I want to sell the market overall. Even though, like I said, you know, I've been saying to you that I'd love to sell GU and EU, yeah. But the market could say, "Screw what you want to do, bro. We're going up. We've been going up." That's what these dots are here for. These dots are here as a path. Yes, I could draw the line, but it just starts getting a little bit too difficult in the eye. But look, there's nothing to stop it from doing that. If it breaks this level and the structure changes like this, well, that's different. And maybe it's not going to break this high and it's going to make a lower high. But at the moment, it hasn't done that. At the moment, we're seeing respect. It's putting some respect on its name. Yeah? It's respecting the structure at the moment. Yeah? So therefore, I gotta go, okay, cool. I'm just gonna trade, read, and react to what the market's been doing. Yeah? So like I said, even though you see how our understanding of liquidity can allow us to take a 1 to 19 trade. That's you risking $100 and pulling out $1,900, or risking $1,000 and pulling out, 19 grand. All right? That's what that trade means. Nothing to be sniffed at. All right? But it's not even really, from a market structure perspective, necessarily the direction that we want to be trading in. So can you see these different plays? Can you see how we're able to understand these markets now? Can you see your better understanding of the markets? Your understanding of this playbook, which, like I said, if this is the only thing you could see in these trades, in these markets, the only thing your eyes allowed you to see is this. Manipulation after liquidity's been taken, waiting for the market to tap back in, placing your stop above the high, understanding that where you're taking profit and where the targets are at the other side of the liquidity, taking partial profits, which I took partials in this. This is the joke. I actually took partials in that trade. I took 50% off the table and let the rest run, and it was still massive. Obviously, in hindsight, stuff you just what if I didn't take 50% off? I would have been, 2/3 bigger or whatever, maybe, or it'd been. Of course, you start thinking like that, but can't think like that because the market could have kicked back on you and given you nothing. All right. Okay. So at the end of the day, it's I'm giving you guys source, man. I swear to God, I am. I'm giving you guys an ability to be able to get in these markets, and even with your own account. My the guru who we did a session with in regards to crypto stuff, I taught him this strategy. He trades his live account, and he just said to me the other day, just bought a new computer off of XAU USD, off of gold, off of the same strategy that I'm teaching you here that I taught him. He said, if I lie, I fly. I'll pull up my WhatsApp. So I just bought a new PC off of, because he was saying he needed a new PC for trading alone. Just bought my new trading PC off of gold. And he said to me, and I'm actually in the sell on Bitcoin since it didn't break 6,500, and he saw liquidity taken and its structure being broken. If I lie, I fly. Yeah? This is what we're trying to aim to do, We want to be able to make these markets that can be quite confusing, can be quite devious. Yeah, we want to try and make sense of it. And if the only thing you could make sense of, and I'm not saying it should be, but if this was the only thing you could make sense of, you'd be catching 1 to 19 trades. Now, not every day, of course not, because the market doesn't present you the opportunities every day. But when I see the session opens right by the way the liquidity level is that I've marked out from a previous session, then it takes the liquidity, then it makes a manipulation M, then it taps back into that session, then it has a reaction from there. What is it do you want me to do? What are we waiting for? I know how to manage my risk because I've got my cashback Forex open. Yeah? I know what's going on. Let me do all these things and what is it that I have to do next apart from strike the button? It's like a footballer. Man, chip the ball into the area, you're a striker. The ball comes to your feet. The defender is nowhere, near you. The goal is massive in front of you. You're 1-0 down. What is it you want the striker to do? Should he start doing dribble? Should he start dribbling? Should he start doing kick-ups or step overs or what? What should he do? He's supposed to strike that ball. That's what he gets paid for. He gets paid to strike that ball into the goal. And if the setup is like that, he strikes. If man play him the ball and he doesn't have a shot on because there's peer defenders around him, he has to pass. He has to wait his opportunity. But if his opportunity presents itself, aka like this, he must hit the ball. After the ball leaves his foot, his rest is on God. Whether the keeper gets to it, whether it hits a pigeon, whether the wind takes it, whether the ball explodes before it hits the goal, all of these eventualities is not down to him. His only job is to strike that ball. It's his only job. Yeah? And that's what I did. And that's how I was able to take the trade, and that's what you should do. Are there any questions about what I've said and explaining this Euro USD simple baby food trade that was taken based upon 1 minute price action, yeah, and based upon our Unity 12 Steps guide playbook? Any questions about what I've just said? This is your opportunity. Ask me the damn questions. Let's go. Any questions, guys? I want questions. I've shown you a 1 to 19 trade this morning, yeah? Let's go, King.
Yeah, Grand Rising, bro. Yeah, what time did you get in that trade?
7 a.m. Or better still, if you want me to be exact with you,
6 minutes past, bro.
12 minutes past 7.
12 minutes past.
12 minutes past 7. So, okay, you were saying you set up at 6:30 in the morning, right? Because obviously that's...
All right, so let's go. Yeah, I see where you're getting at. Okay, let me show you my footsteps. All right,
Yeah,
so this is my footsteps. My footsteps are this. I understand that the higher probability times for our plays are going to be at 7 a.m. All right, within that kill zone time, or 2:30 a.m. within that kill zone time, or 6:30 p.m. within evening session. These are times. These are times where if I'm able to, I want to be at my charts. Is there other opportunities in between these times? Yes, because this same playbook could have not happened now, but it could happen later on within this yellow box, and I would have taken it now. But what I saw this morning was this. Here is my life in Rewind. Here we go. Okay, this is my life in Rewind. Yeah, I wake up this morning. I woke up a little bit late. I tell you a way you guys know when I wake up a little bit late is you'll see what time I put the message in the group. Yeah. So if I put that message in the group slap bang on 6:30, I've been up from early. I've been up from 5:30. Yeah. If you see it's a little bit late, it's because for whatever reason man was dribbling and something else happened and I got up ever so slightly late. Yeah. Or I was preoccupied. I've woken up. Have a look at the time. This is about 6:30. And as soon as I open up this chart, I'll tell you what I'm going to wipe everything off my chart. All right, boom. I've got this only indicator in here. It's the only indicator I have here, which is, so I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't have it, don't tell me you ain't heard me say it. It's called ICT Kill Zones plus Pivots, TFO, by Trade for Up. Says, yeah, whoever made this, yeah? ICT Kill Zones. This is the only indicator I have. This isn't an indicator, and it's only indicating the sessions, meaning time of the sessions. And I'm going to show you in what my settings for this is. All right, so there is no muggy kind of information. I tally this, I change this sometimes. This is how many of these sessions, these blue boxes that I want to see. It's currently saying 3 sessions, meaning essentially 3 days, essentially, yeah, going back, showing me. So there will be 3 of these yellow ones going back. Now I could make that 300 if I want. Yeah, but sometimes it just messes up my screen, so I put 3. The time frame limit simply means after I go to 4 hour and above, I won't be able to see this indicator because it starts getting messy. The time zones I have it set is on American New York, label size normal, whatever it may be, cut off time. Show the kill zone boxes. These are the kill zone boxes. You see them? That's the kill zone. But I want this to see them. I don't need the text. If you need the text, then good for you. When the text comes on, it says New York AM, New York PM, London, Asia. I don't need it because it messes up my screen when I'm trying to teach you guys. And my colors are like this. Asian sessions always red for me. Yellow sessions, London. Blue sessions is New York. Now they separate New York into a New York and New York lunch and a New York PM sessions. I don't have the lunch in. Yeah, if I had the lunch in, it'd be one big blue session. See, there's a New York here, kill zones here, a little lunch session here. I don't have that lunch session in. And maybe I'm going to start putting it in and checking to see whether that's another area of interest, but I don't. All right. Show the pivots. It's just that extra little area there where the letter broke. I have that line coming out here, but I don't need it. All right. I also just today added this midpoint. It's midpoint to the sessions. Remember before we spoke about how Asian session and market sometimes comes back to the midpoint of the Asian session. So I've got this little midpoint where it makes a little dot. Makes a little dotted lines across the screen. Hopefully you can see over here as I'm toggling the things. Everything else, oh, that doesn't even need to be on. Kill zone range or show average. Show the average range of each selected kill zone. Doesn't need to be on, to be fair. Days of the week at the bottom. If I wanted to, at the bottom of my screen, you can't see it, but it shows the days of the week. I actually don't need it, but if I was to do, it's at the bottom of the screen. So we see it there. Thursday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. See it? If I want that there, I can have that there. If I don't want that there, I take off days of the week. Here, see? Disappears. No days of the week. All right. And the rest is you don't need any of the rest. That's it. That's my settings. So you can't see you didn't have my settings because this is a recorded session and that's my settings. All right. Okay. So this is my morning. I've woken up. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm looking where we are in relation to where liquidity is, in relation to using the kill zone. That I mean my little indicator that makes you understand. If I put a line like this here, pow. This is telling me there's liquidity above a previous New York session area here. Also, I can put a line here. This is telling me that there's liquidity below this Asian session here. I can also put a line in up here, which is the top of a previous session, which is New York PM session. And I'm going to say that there is a previous battlefield. An area where we can see here, the market couldn't break at one point. Couldn't break at 2 points and then broke it and kind of sat back on it and thought about it and then left. A previous battlefield. So this is me marking up my charts in the morning to understand what's going on. I can also, if I wanted to, just in case the market went nuts, or here's some liquidity down here below this previous New York PM session over here. All right, so this is where we are right now. Let me show you what I also do. I'll mark up another one, which is all the way over here, previous London session high. All right, I like to make sure I'm well covered just in case the market does something mad and can jump somewhere. Is I right click on that liquidity line and I add an alert. I can't do it now because I think it's in the past. Because I rewound. Either way, I add an alert on this line. Why? Because we're close to that line. That looks like we're going to break and take liquidity. To me, it might just turn around and say, "No, Jay, we're not taking liquidity," and come all the way down there. It's possible. So I pop an alert on this line and I pop an alert on this line. They both got alerts. These are my immediate scenarios. They both got alerts. I will tell you what I did this week is a bit more advanced, or not advanced, but I used GU also and look to see which one looks like the better setup. And for me, it was EU. GU was a bit meh. Didn't know what it was doing. I couldn't see where the liquidity was, where it's going to take, or whatever it may be. So I said, okay, I'm going to focus on EU. All right. That's when I wrote this. Trades of the morning is EU. Is what I'm looking at. Then I'm waiting for the session to start. I dropped to my 1 minute time because I understand that this playbook can happen quickly and I want to be ready. All right. Look, my session hasn't started yet. It's only 6:54. Session ain't started yet. No, Londoners ain't at the desk yet, ain't doing jack squat. Session started. With that yellow boxes, session started, and liquidity has been taken. Nam, 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 nam. I then go and turn this line here into my other little line, which says liquidity taken. So this is action. I'm thinking, okay, I can't just hit the button, but what I do is this for my eyes. All right, 1 second, guys. I'm also trying to manage a trade, which I'm trying to, multitask. All right. Okay, so I also, for my own eyes, and this is a little trick, a little flex, I'm giving you everything. I think I might even take this one down off the internet because I'm giving you too much. Maybe I can give it to you guys, but not give it to everybody. All right. Is I hit this button here and I make this the line chart. This just cleans it up for my eyes, because what I'm looking for is a manipulation M right now. We understand what manipulation M is that shoulder being like that, and the manipulation W would be this shoulder like that. That's the ideal scenario of what I'm looking for. Sometimes we don't get it. Sometimes we get other, confluences. We get candlestick patterns. We get huge rejections from wicks, and sometimes you even have to drop down, and sometimes you have to search for it. It's not on 1 minute time frame. It might be on a 2 minute time frame, but 1 minute is where I'm starting from. All right, because this is moving fast. Have a look. That is my manipulation M. At that point in time, I want to flick to my candles and see, is there any imbalance that occurred from that push down at the point of the break of that manipulation M in that middle section there? Is there any imbalance in here in the candles? I need to flick back to candles. All right. And yes, there is. In here, there is this imbalance. 1, 2, 3 candles. There is an imbalance in here. It is right in here. So, this is my target. If I'm diehard Rambo, Article, Dangagan, Bujubantan, Ninja Man, and I think to myself, you know what? I want to be in this trade. High risk. This is my high risk entry. Just that imbalance. If I want to be a little bit safer, that is where I'm placing my stop, above these highs with my spread times 2. Okay? Let's go for both of them. Let's show you both of them. That Euro USD is tapping into that potential area. All right. Let's have a look. Let's see something real quick. It's pushing very deep in there. Let's see something real quick. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to multitask. Okay. Trying to multitask. We'll see what happens. Let's have a look. Okay, it's just pushed pretty deep past my stop. It's fine, no problem. Here, this is the entry. We can show both of them. Okay. We're going to show this aggressive entry. I will show the safer entry. Have a look. That here, push into that green box, is my entry. This was market execution. So once I saw it tap in there and come out, my entry was in here. This is why I entered the market. My stop was maybe like this. Because the reason you got to take in consideration your spread. All right? You got to take into consideration your spread, which might be a little bit. So whatever it is, you're going to do times 2 on the spread. But either way, that is the entry right here. This guy here was my entry anyway. Right there. Okay? And then after that, I've got everything I needed to see. I've managed my risk. The rest is on God. It's got nothing to do with me. Oh, I've just realized what's just happened. So let me see something. News is just hit. I was just thinking to myself, why has that gone so mad? We're gonna have a look at that in a minute. My fault, not paying attention. All right, bang was my entry. Have a look. Have a look. Have a look. Remember, keep an eye on where our other liquidity areas are that we marked up. Look, have a look. Nam, 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 beautiful. Back down to our previous battlefield. I was out here. Let me stop. My trade ended. How about here? Have a look. Aggressive Buju Banton, Ninja Man, Super Cat trade was fine, and so was our safer entry fine. Safer entry about a 1 to 7. Ninja Man trade was about a 1 to, it's not a 1 to 23, it's about a 1 to 19 or something like that. 18, 19 trade. Easy trade. It went through our steps one by one. All I had to do is press the button and manage my risk. And I could have been in a lot bigger. I wish I was. But coulda, woulda, shoulda, maybe. Yeah? All right? There you go. And that's how simple it was, guys. That was, and that's my journey. By this time, you lot have come in on the session. No, 7 o'clock. A lot of you weren't even on the session. You weren't here. You weren't here. You weren't here. By the time you go on a session, I already had this here up on the screen saying 1 to 19 hit. You got on the session around about here, I was getting myself out of the trade. Boom. Because overall, we are in a discount. Yeah, we're in a discount overall. However, let me show you something right now. Whilst I've been talking to you, what's happened in that market. The market tapped into our beautiful breaker structure manipulation M that happened down here. All right. And we was looking at this area as a potential area because the market's in this discounted area. But what just happened? Look at that. But look, I was aware of this. All of this news here, euro, it's just here at 9 o'clock. It's all just here at 9 o'clock. All of this red fold and euro news. Okay, just hit just now, 9 o'clock. And look at euro USD at 9 o'clock, which kind of threw that little zone that I had in here out of the window. And I just took a small L. Okay. That's it. Simple. Simple, simple, simple trade. Yeah. Now, the way I'm looking at things right now is the same way right now I'd be looking at what has this market done? What liquidity has it taken? If it's taken liquidity, is this market going to have a reaction in the opposite direction? Or is this showing the indication, correction, continuation of what it actually wants to do? These are the questions I'm asking myself right now, this minute. Yeah, we've just taken liquidity from here. Look, see that right now? I've only got 3 sessions in. I want more. I want to see the actual other sessions in. 30 sessions. Give me 30 sessions going back in time. Okay, so we just see we've taken liquidity from all the way down here. You can see there's a liquidity level over here. Yeah, we can see a previous battlefield over here, over a New York session. I'm sorry, a London session. Yeah, we can see all of that. So all of these lines here become liquidity taken, and if that liquidity has just been taken right now, I just watch it. I'm just looking at it with my eyes. Is it going to give me what I need to see? Because remember, this market is still in a discount and has been bullish, regardless of the fact of what we want to do. This market has been in a discount and is bullish. What do I mean by that? I want to look away, but at the same time, right now, it looks like it's giving us what we may need. I'm going to look away. Don't worry. Let's go look. Go to our hour time frame or a 4-hour time frame or a daily time frame. Do this. Look. This market has been making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, even if however way you want to look at it, this market has been doing that. Let's go to our 4-hour. This market has been doing that. And if we put in some dots, have a look at the dots. This market's been making. Here's a low. Here's a higher high. Here's a higher low. Here's a higher high. Here's a higher low. Here's a higher high. You know, if you want to count this, we can have a count this as a higher low. Here's a swing low. At the moment, we're pushing below that little level. Or we can just say that this was the swing over here. This is the ping, the pong over here. So right now, we're kind of wicking below that level. I want to see whether that market is just capturing that liquidity from below those levels over here. Liquidity taken. What is it doing after this point in here? Is this market looking like it wants to react and push up? And that was just a nice big liquidity grab. Nam, 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 nam. And right now, it's making my manipulation W. Or is it going to keep going to hell? I don't know. What I do know is if it gives me the manipulation W, that right now, have a look. I'm going to right click here, put an alert. And it might muck about. It might give me some feints for a little while. If this mark comes all the way up here and breaks this structure up here, gives me my manipulation W, I'm trying to get in for the buy. Market's been bullish. It's just captured liquidity. I want to get in for the buy, at least to some previous structure, at least to underneath here. Yeah, at least to maybe up into these levels. You can see a big manipulation M over here, or a little manipulation M over here, not a big one. Yeah, so that's where we're at. It's that simple. This game is a game of liquidity, and right now, for example, we've just taken liquidity. Nam, 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 nam. If I take liquidity from one direction, it means I'm getting my provisions to potentially run in the opposite direction. That's what it means. Whether it keeps running and breaking structure is something else, depending on which way the market wants to go. But when we see liquidity taken, we can expect to see a reaction. And that reaction, if we get a good entry, because we're on a 1 minute time frame, can mean 1 to 5s, 1 to 10s, 1 to 19 this morning. Yeah? But at the same time, I can't rush the process. If this doesn't give it to me and this keeps tumbling down, tumbling down, tumbling down, is what it is. I've got to wait and see what I can. I can't just hit the button now. If I hit the button for a sell right now, where am I going to put my stop? Where am I going to put my stop? Up here. On the basis I'm trying to get what? 1 to what? 1 to 0.2. That doesn't make no sense. So that is what it is. I can't. If this continues to just run down here because this news, this economic news, was so terrible and affected it in such a mad way that it just wants to keep pushing down, then I've got to just watch the ride. Yeah, I've got to watch the ride. Even if I hit the button now and quickly put my stop and make it safe, it's going to stop me up for nothing. Because markets don't move just in straight lines. More times out of 10, even if the market wants to keep going down, it's going to do this. So where do I put my stop is the question. Nowhere. So don't ever FOMO into this trade and just say, oh yeah, oh my God, it's going down, let me just quickly hit. Because even if you quickly hit and it goes into the green, oh yeah, it's in the blue, yeah, you start getting profitable, like it's gonna come back. Some markets move, they move up and down. Like they rarely just do this. Brrr. This is an anomaly. This anomaly is because of all of this red folder news. And there's more red folder news coming out today. Yeah, more red folder Euro news, more red folder USD news, more. I hope I've explained that in detail of how I got into this trade. I explained I retraced my footsteps for my whole day and showed you what I do every morning. And I will do the same thing before markets open if I'm able to, yeah, at 2:30. And then I will also do the same thing around 6:30 to see. And sometimes you will see we're very close to this liquidity level. Let's see what happens when we break it. And if you see what you need to see, you hit the button. If you don't see what you don't need to see, then you don't hit the button. You say, okay, cool, I can't really see nothing. Can you keep it moving? All right? Does everybody feel me? Is this been a good session? Have you been able to see what I want?
100%.
Excellent session.
Good. I hope you can do the same. It's not difficult. I'm giving you a step-by-step guide. If you can combine that with managing your risk and not being scared to press the button, and the only reason you're not going to be scared to press the button is if you've managed your risk. I get scared pressing the button if I've over leveraged. I'm like, oh my God, I'm a bit too big in this. And I swear, Sod's law is that one trade that you over leverage, that'll be the one that kicks back on you. Yeah? And the trade that you didn't over leverage, like the one this morning I took, goes to hell for 1 to 19. You know, in an ideal world, that would be the one that I over leveraged completely, and I went crazy and I risked 10 grand on. In an ideal scenario, yeah, but that's not what happens. So manage your risk, be humble, take one trade at a time, and incrementally grow your account. Guys, have an amazing day. I've got to be in Croydon in the next couple hours, so I am going to go and sort my life out. I hope we've had an amazing session. For the people that are home, like, share, subscribe. We're giving away Source, and we're showing one of our plays, just one of our plays that we're able to get into the markets and do take 1 to 19s before 8 o'clock, before 8:30. Take a 1 to 8 and a 19 trade regularly. Yeah, I'm not gonna say daily because it's not daily, but regularly. How many times in a week would I send you guys messages saying, "Look, yeah, that trade book, yeah, that's it." It's based upon the same stuff I've been teaching you every single time. It's not based upon some new magic. The only difference is, like I said to you, I'm here in front of my screen because of the type of work I do. So when my alerts ring, I can see where I go on. So if it doesn't happen at 7:12 in the morning and it happens at 7:47 or 8 o'clock, I'm still here, relevant. Now, whether you're able to do so because your own line of work is something you're gonna have to work out. You're gonna have to work out how you're gonna be able to respond to your alerts, or how you're gonna be able to be in one of these sessions. That is something you have to work. I can't fix that for you. I don't know what's going on in your life, so I cannot fix that. Okay? But even myself, I've taken a tremendous sacrifice to be able to be here in the mornings, because for me, like, the gym is not about what I look like, it's about my mind, if you know what I mean. Like, going and getting my mind activated for the day. And I don't really know how to work it back in my day in the evening, so it's only gonna have to mean that I'm gonna have to be there earlier, to be fair. Yeah, which means I have to get to bed earlier, which is a big problem of mine. Yeah? Me getting to bed early is a problem, all right? But either way, amazing, amazing, amazing day. Great session for the people at home. Like, share, subscribe, rate it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm going to, by the end of next week,